Hey guys, this is Abhishek from GarageReviews.com, and today we are here at the Vivo launch event, and Vivo has launched 5 smartphones here in India. This is the first time they're entering in India, and they have launched 5 smartphones. This is going to be the premium one out of all, and this one is again going to be a flagship phone for them. This one is called Vivo X Shot, which we have with us. This runs Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. You have a Qualcomm chipset on this device, which is 8974AA 2.26 GHz quad-core CPU. We have 2 GB of RAM on this phone and 16 GB of internal memory. And again, the build quality in this device is kind of impressive. The battery cannot come out, but the kind of form factor and the build quality it has is good enough. On the edges we have metal being used, which feels nice and looks very good. You have a dedicated camera shutter key as well. You have the power and sleep key and the volume rocker. Both of these are metallic buttons. They will give you decent amount of feedbacks. You do have antenna bands over there, which will get the signals in case for all these things like location, Wi-Fi and other things. We have the 3.5mm audio jack over here. On this side we have the SIM card tray, which can come out. Again, the battery is non-removable and you can insert a single SIM inside this device, and you have a support for micro SD memory card as well. The back finishing of the device is again matte finish, and it gives a very good feel when you hold this device in one hand. It does feel like a very premium device and very good in terms of the build quality. It is solid in terms of the look and feel as well as in terms of the build. We have a 13 megapixel camera back, which is an autofocus camera, and you can record a high definition video from the autofocus camera at the back. On the front we have an 8 megapixel camera, and we do have LED flash on the front as well for the front camera, which is good. We have a metallic earpiece over there. We have proximity and ambient light sensors, and we have touch capacitive buttons over there at the bottom on the display of the phone on the front, which looks nice. And again, you do have backlit LED for the same as well. You do have a 5-inch full high definition display on this device, which is 1920 into 1080. We had 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal storage. Again, 16 GB of internal storage is not limited because you can insert a micro SD memory card as well into this phone, which is good, and you can use a micro SD memory card up to 128 GB on this phone. Let's take a look at the phone dialer. This is how the phone dialer looks like. On the phone dialer you have the option of dialing the number, but you do not have the option of making a video call, which is something a kind of a disappointing thing, but it is normally there on most of the Android phone these days. We have a keyboard, which is again a custom keyboard. It is giving you the capability of doing swipe to type on this device without any issues. You have a keyboard which has keys which are pretty big in size, so you can easily type on this device without any issues, which is good. And you do get a pop-up of whatever key you are pressing, so the typing experience is good enough on this phone. The UI which is running on top of Android is again the Fun Touch UI, which they have on their phones, and it looks pretty responsive. It looks nice. It does not feel like a laggy UI, and I have not experienced any lag after using this device for approximately 20 minutes before doing this review. Taking a look over the settings, we have some other options as well. Let me just go into the settings, and here we have the internal settings for the phone. Let me just go into more settings to find out the storage and other information. And over here we have about phone. On about phone we can see that the version of Android which we are running on this phone is again 4.3, and the Fun Touch OS version is 1.2, which is running on this phone. You have Snapdragon 801 MSM 8974 AA quad core CPU on this device, which is again going to give you a very good performance on this phone. In terms of the UI looks very much similar to the iOS UI, which you might have seen. They have tried to basically give that particular look. You have different kind of gestures supported, which includes smart motion, which has smart wake, air operation, just like you have on Samsung phones. You have those features as well. You also have one-handed operation mode as well. In case this device feels big for you to use with one hand, you can actually move the keypad and the password keyboard and the unlock pattern towards to the left or towards the right whenever you are using this phone with one hand. So one-handed operations are also supported. You also have glove mode, so that you can use the display on this device. The display digitizer can also work even in winters with your gloves on. You can just enable this option over here, which is good. So all these things actually make this phone pretty good in terms of day-to-day usage, and you do get the kind of software features you should get on a flagship phone like this. So here we have internal details, which includes location as well. You can use GPS navigation on this device, and this device does support that, which is. On the storage front, we have 16 GB of internal storage, out of which 4.68 GB is available, and system has taken approximately 5.85 GB. Available is 2.70 for applications, and for storing picture, videos and other data you get 8.18. so combining the 2.70 plus 8.18, you will get approximately 11 GB of storage on this device for installing applications, storing picture, videos and other data. You do have the option of changing the default storage location, so you can actually install applications on the SD card this device does support that, and you also have support for OTG as well on this phone, and this is the confirmation which we have got from Vivo. So OTG is also supported. Have support for system update as well on this device. You can get over there updates on this device with the custom UI which is running on top 100. As far as sharing internet is concerned, you do have support for creating a portable Wi-Fi hotspot on this phone once you insert a 3G SIM card, and you do have support for USB tethering, and Bluetooth tethering is also supported. When it comes to the live wallpaper support, you have support for live wallpaper, static wallpaper, and you have support for changing the font and the unlocking mode as well on the lock screen. One thing which is kind of missing is that the UI does not have an application drawer, and let's take a look over the camera now before we end this video, and I will take a photo of my iPhone 6 over here to show you the performance. So this is a 13 megapixel camera which does support autofocus, and tap to focus is also supported, and it should take a pretty good photo. And I have just taken a photo from this device in this low light scenario, and I can say that the clarity of the photo is very nice. Both the details and the color production is very good. It looks like an original subject which is over there, so you can compare this photo with the original object, and they look the same except the brightness part, and the photo is looking pretty bright. In terms of clarity and details, it is very nice, and in terms of color production, it is doing a pretty good job, I would say, as far as rear camera is concerned. Talking about the camera options, we have the option to record high definition video from the rear camera at 1080p. You can also record 4K resolution video from the rear camera, and 720p video can also be recorded. As far as front camera is concerned, this is how the front camera UI look like, and I can take a photo of my own as of now from the front camera and show you the clarity. So I've just taken the photo from the front camera, and I can show you the same. This is how the front camera look like. I would say the clarity which is there on the front camera is good enough. Even we have taken this shot right now in artificial light. The front camera photo, the selfie which I have taken, looks good. Clarity is good. The color production is something which is not too great, I would say. It does not look like a very colorful photo, but the front camera is doing a pretty good job in low light scenario, even if you would like to take selfies from this phone. You also have the option to record high definition video from the front camera 720p, which is a good thing. As far as battery is concerned, you will get approximately 2600 milliampere hour battery, which is again not too high and not less as well. You should get around 1 day of battery backup. We will confirm that once we do the full review of this phone. Talking about the overall value for money, this phone is going to be priced approximately 28 to 30,000 rupees in the market, and for that price, the kind of hardware specification you are getting are pretty good. The rear camera is doing a pretty good job in low light as well as in daylight. The front camera is also getting a very good performance in the low light, and again, all in all, this device looks good. It does have a 16 GB internal storage, but you do have the option to expand the storage as well by inserting a micro SD memory card over here in this SIM card tray. So that's all from us. Thanks for watching this video. In case you have any question for this device, you can leave your questions in the comment section below. You can like this video. This video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.